My lip gloss is popping. My lip gloss is cool. All the boys keep talking. When it's time for lunch, my lips still rock. In this video right here, I'm going to be showing you step by step how I get a smooth and flawless base, even with having dry and textured skin. So if you're interested, then let's go. Hey y'all, what it do? It's your boo, Maggie. And welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Maggie, like I just said. I post videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, all about self-improvement and how to look good while doing it. So today I'm going to be showing you guys my flawless foundation routine. Even if you have dry textured skin, I have dry textured skin and it can be hard to get that nice smooth finish with all those bumps and dry patches. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I get it to look nice, clean, smooth, flawless. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Press that subscribe button. Go ahead and join the team. It's free. No need to pay. Who doesn't like free things? Let's just get right into it. So before you even think about putting on your foundation, you need to make sure your skin is prepped and ready. Okay? Prepped and ready, or else that foundation finish is not gonna be smooth. It's not gonna last all day. And what's the point of you spending all your time doing this makeup if it ain't gonna last all day? Okay, period. So what I do is I cleanse with a nice gentle cleanser first. Make sure my skin is nice and clean. But my favorite one at the moment is Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. This is for all skin types. I really recommend this. It smells so good. And then after that, I always exfoliate my face, like almost every day. If not every day, maybe like 4 days during the week if I forget. But I use this Dermalogica honey. Dermalogica daily micro exfoliant. This thing changed my life. Okay, it really changed my life. If you have textured skin, dry skin, this is for you. Exfoliating is for every single skin type. Okay, make sure you exfoliate. Okay, get rid of those dead skin cells. You don't want that on your face. You don't want that under your foundation, right? You want a nice smooth canvas to work with. After that, I went with my toner, my usual stuff, and you always want to moisturize your face. I use some shea butter for my face. Really recommend this if you have dry skin. If you have oily skin, maybe not so much because it is like greasy. Don't really want that for your skin. You already have all that oil. You don't need more oil. You feel me? I really like to get a thick consistency, a thick moisturizer to put on my face right before my foundation. I like to let it sit like I'm doing right now. I'm just letting it sit on my face, letting it really sink in, get it nice and plump, and just moisturize for that foundation so we look hydrated. You feel me? Speaking of hydration, after you are all, moisturized and ready to go, you're gonna start with your primer. A primer I am loving. Recently, I've been using this for, I don't know, months. All summer, I've been using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This stuff, it's like a gel consistency. And, well, I feel like, yeah, I would say it's gel consistency. And it's one of those sticky primers, which I love because it really helps your foundation, well, your makeup in general, just really stick on your face. I like patting it into my skin. You're gonna see me do a lot of patting motions because that helps not disturb any dry skin you have. If your skin's already textured and dry, you don't want to irritate it with all these movements and swiping, and you feel me? So after priming, I like to do my brows right after. I do my brows after the primer because it also gives my primer some time to, just get into the skin, give it some time to just marinate in there. Feel me? You don't have to do your brows before. You can do it after your foundation. Do it whenever, but that's me. I went ahead and did that off camera just to save us some time because I already got a video all about brows. Where have you been? It's right there. Check that out after this video. Don't be rude. Wait till the end of this video and then you can go check out the brow video. Okay. And listen, brows are sisters, not twins. Okay, brows are sisters, not twins. My brows, I use my Benefit Clear Brow Gel. I've also been loving Uma Beauty's Brow Fro. It's like a brow gel and their brow pencil, baby hair. They all have these names. Brow gel, brow pencil. I got time to be saying all these names. I like color correcting with a orange color corrector just to cover up some of my dark spots that the foundation doesn't really cover as much because they're really stubborn. So if you want to cover up some dark spots on your face, orange color corrector is what you would use. And I'm using the, what is this? The Black Radiance HD Corrector in orange. Here's what you gotta go through if you want that flawless base. You feel me? Comment down below if you feel me. So you should look something like this after. And I like using a flat, flushy. I like using a flat, fluffy brush to blend this corrector out. And again, I'm doing patting motions. I'm not swiping it all over the place. Pat it in to get that coverage. Once I feel like it is looking all blend out, then we'll go into the foundation. For my foundation today, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Foundation. I love this foundation, okay? This foundation is bomb if you got dry skin like me. I'm in the shade 445 and I like using a damp beauty blender most of the time. This is the Real Techniques beauty blender. I really like this one, super soft. So I'll just pump this on my hand. I do about like 1.5 pumps at first, and then if I want to add more, I'll add more. About 1.5. I like using the flat side, and I just dab that into the product. Grab my mirror, and we're just gonna pat that all over the face. Now, I like using a sponge instead of a brush because, like I said earlier, it doesn't irritate the skin, especially if you have that dry, textured skin. You don't want it to emphasize any of those dry patches or your textured skin. So using a sponge helps me create that smooth blend and finish. Okay. And I'm tapping it in. I'm not swiping or patting the product in. Don't like hurt yourself. Don't like lightly pat it in. And don't forget your ears and your neck. Oh my God, don't forget your ears and your neck. Please, don't forget your ears and your neck. And your hairline, please. So yeah, I still have some product left on the back of my hand. And my whole face is covered right now. So then I would just go in and I would see, okay, I probably need a little more here to cover up those dark spots because I told you they're stubborn. Okay. So I'm just gonna go in on specific areas. So notice how I really I don't put product under my eyes. I blend that up. I don't put it directly under my eyes to prevent creasing, but I do put a little bit on there because I do got those dark circles. Sis is tired, okay? So sis got dark circles. So I just put a little bit of foundation on there, but I don't put, I don't concentrate on the under eye. You feel me? So after my foundation, I go right in with the concealers and the contouring. I don't set my face at all. I just make sure all my wet products are on my face first, blend everything out, and then I set. So I'm gonna be using my holy grail, Fenty Beauty. If you don't have Fenty Beauty concealers in your, if you don't have Fenty Beauty period in your life, what are you're missing out. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get some Fenty Beauty. So I use two shades. I use shade 445, which is my foundation shade, but it's a little lighter than the actual foundation. They do that on purpose so you can have the perfect match of foundation and concealer. Come on, who's doing that? Who's doing that other than Fenty Beauty? The 445 for like concealing, and then I use shade 440 to give me that extra pop, that extra little highlight in certain areas. So let's go ahead and do 445. I'm gonna put that on my highlighting areas, my T-zone and my Cupid's bow and my T-zone, which is the forehead and the bridge of the nose area. Then we're gonna go in with the 440, and we're just gonna go in. I have these like dips in my eyes, and using a lighter concealer right where that dip is, right there, that really helps cover that up, conceal it. I don't put that everywhere because we already have that 445 on. You don't want too much concealer under your eyes. That's how it gets cakey. Okay, I do my eyelids too if I'm not doing any eyeshadow. So we're gonna let that marinate for like 2 minutes. Okay, tip, if you haven't heard about this already, letting your concealer just sit on the face for a little bit really helps you get that full coverage and color payoff. Just let it sit for about like 2 minutes. You don't want to do like 5 minutes, then it will be dry and then you can't move it, and then it's like you got all these dots and like patterns on your face that you can't blend out. As that is sitting on my face, I like to go in with my contouring, and again, Fenty Beauty matchstick in the shade Espresso, and I'm just gonna contour those cheekbones, and then I just do a little bit on my temples, and then that's it. If I'm feeling extra, I'll do the jawline, but it's pretty much the cheekbones and the temple. So let that sit for a little bit. You know, text somebody, drink your water. I feel like it's all set, it's all ready to go, it's ready to get blended out. I use my Real Techniques brush first to blend out my contour, and then we're gonna blend out the highlights. So for the contour, I just do tapping motions. I don't swipe, I just tap, 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 tap that in, and I blend it up just a little bit into that cheek area right there, and I blend it up to the temples. I don't bring it all the way down here. I like to just stop it right here. I would say right where my eye is about to, or where my eye ends, I guess. That's where I stop it. And then I'll go in on the forehead. And then what I like to do is I bring it down a little bit to blend just the edge of that highlight, because that'll give me a seamless blend right there. You see that? Y'all seeing that? And then continue on the other side. Just get the edge of that highlight. We're gonna go in with the Beauty Blender. I'm gonna use the pointy side to blend out the highlights. So I'm gonna start with my chin. The under eyes is always the last for me because that's the part where I want the most coverage. And you can always go back with your contour brush that you use to blend out your contour. There's still product on it, and just blend out the edges even more. Before I even blend out the under eye, I always like to have my under eye powder set and ready to go, because if I don't have my powder ready and I'm rushing to get my powder, the concealer's gonna crease on me. I wanna pat, 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 and then boom, 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 set, set, set. Let's do Beauty Bakery's Flower Setting Powder in the shade Plantain, aka Caramel. Beautiful, beautiful yellow, golden, melanin color. So okay, that's ready to go. And I also want to have my regular like translucent all over face powder ready to go. I'm gonna use Airspun. Now I can go ahead and blend out the under eye. And you want to look up to get all those creases. And I'm gonna blend out the eyelid. Blend that up to the brow highlight. Make sure everything is nice and blended, nice and seamless. And then I'm gonna turn my sponge around. Where the foundation was, there's still foundation in this. And we're gonna blend out that edge. Right between that contour and the highlight, we're gonna blend that out. Go back to the highlighting side. Blend that. And then I'm gonna take my contour brush again. We're gonna blend that even more. This is how you get that, wow, that looks like skin blend. You gotta keep going back and forth with those colors to make sure there's no harsh lines at all. Okay, now it's time to set with the powder. So this is all my wet products. So before I set, I'm just gonna make sure there's no creases under my eyes or on the top of my lids. Get all those creases out, because once it's set, okay? You can't go back. So making sure everything is blended out. Look at it, look at all the angles. You gotta look everywhere, guys. Turn your head, make sure everything looks good. Everything is looking good. I'm gonna tap my beauty blender into the powder, and I'm going to take off any excess on the back of my hands, because again, you don't want too much powder under the eye. It'll look really, really dry. And I'm just gonna pat that under my eyes. We're gonna do the same thing for the lid right here. And then I'm going to go in the other highlighting spots. Ooh, this powder is nice. Black owned, baby, black owned. I will always say it. That's looking good. For the rest of my face, I'm just gonna use my translucent powder from Airspun and this fluffy brush. You can use any fluffy brush you have. Tap out that excess. And I'm gonna pat in that powder first. And then brush away the excess powder. And while I'm doing that, I can go ahead and brush away any excess powder I have with the highlighting. All right, so we are all set with that powder. And now it's time to add some warmth. Now it's time to add some color, some highlight, those finishing touches, because we look good, but we could look better, okay? I like to go ahead and go in with my hydrating Milky Mist from Pixie Beauty. This is just to give me some, you know, what's the word? Moisture. Just to give myself like a nice little dewy finish. We're gonna pat that in a little bit, and you'll see it kind of woke up the face a little bit. The face is looking a little dry and tight, but now I feel like it's hydrating. This has hyaluronic acid and oat in it, which are two amazing ingredients for dry skin. So go ahead and pick this up. It's at CVS, it's at Walgreens, at their site, pixiebeauty.com, I think. Yep, boom, pixiebeauty.com. I'm gonna go in with my bronzer and my blush and my highlighter to create that nice gradient effect on the side of your face, that nice contour, bronzer, blush, highlighter gradient that you see everywhere. Okay, it's gonna really wake up the face, and this is my favorite part. I love doing this part. So I keep forgetting my brushes. For bronzer, I'm going to use my Mented Cosmetics, their new bronzer. It is in the shade Yacht Life. It's so cute, and it really looks like it's going to be like the same skin tone. It's not really going to show up on my skin, but this really does show up on my skin. And this packaging, don't get me started. I use this angled brush. I tap it in. Always dust off that excess. And I kind of go ham with the bronzer. Okay, I just put it slightly above my contour, but a little on it just so it gets that nice blend so there's no harsh lines. And I do that on the perimeter of my face, starting at the cheekbones and I work my way up to the forehead, giving me the warmth. Yes, I look sun-kissed. I was in the sun all day. That's what I look like. I like to take what's ever left on the brush and I just do the bridge of my nose, not the bridge. I do the sides of my nose going up into the crease of my eyes just to give me a little color, nothing too serious. After my bronzer, I go in with my blush. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Rose Latte Cream Blush. I really recommend a cream blush if you have dry skin because it won't be as drying as a powdered blush. And I really like the finish of this one. I'm going right above that bronzer. Get those apples! And recently I started putting a little bit on the tip of my nose. I don't know, it kind of gives me even more warmth and color. Looking good. Alright, so after I do my concealer, I go in with the highlighting, okay? We love a good highlight. We love a good highlight. So let me see. I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, Sun Dips Glow Kit. I gotta be careful because one of these shades are broken. I'm going to take my fan brush for this highlighter. I'm going to be careful because... Okay, and I'm going to take this gold, y'all can see it. The gold highlighter here, it's called Bronzed. Okay, and put it right on top of where that blush is. Right on the cheekbone. Don't worry, we're gonna blend this out. It's not gonna stay like this. And I like to bring that up to under the brow. I'm like creating this C shape. And I'm going to take a small blending brush just to blend out the edges a little bit. It's looking harsh right now. Then go back in with my blush brush and just blend that highlight edge. Make sure everything is seamless. Then I go ahead and highlight the rest of the high points. The other spots that I highlighted with the concealer, so that is my Cupid's bow. I like to go ham with the lip and Cupid's bow highlighter. I don't know why, I just like how it's really emphasized. Now I like to blend that out with my finger. I like to do a exclamation point, so I'll go down the bridge of my nose, stop, and then do the tip of my nose. And I use my ring finger and I just blend that out and bring it up just so everything is nice and blended. I'm looking good, I'm looking good, I'm looking good. And I'm gonna take what's ever left on this brush just to do my chin. And even if I don't have any eyeshadow, I still like to give the inner corners a little pop just so, you know, it's not completely, the eye area is not completely, you know, it's not completely dead. Give it just a little pop right there. So the face is done. Only thing left is the last finishing touches to just give it a finished look. 'Cause that's why it's called finishing touches. Dumb Maggie. I like to go in with my mascara. I usually have my lash extensions, but they're off right now. They'll be on again, don't worry. But I'm gonna put on my mascara. Before the mascara though, I like using this Lancome, how you say this? Booster XL. It's basically like a primer for your mascara. And I found with this, you don't want to let it dry. You want to apply your mascara while this is kind of wet, kind of tacky. Let that just sit for a little bit, like I'm gonna say like 30 seconds. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna use my Fenty Beauty, of course. This is a lot of Fenty Beauty. Look at that. Look, I barely have lashes, so I'm gonna take whatever boost I can get, okay? If you get mascara on your lids, don't worry. You can easily clean that up with just a cotton swab, but I like to let the mascara dry first before I go and clean up anything. As that's drying, I like to go in with my eyeliner. This is eyeliner I put on my waterline just to wake up the eyes, give it a more open look. I'm using, it's like a pink rose gold / nude color. Is there actual color on this thing, or am I just gonna keep guessing the color? Oh, there's no color on it, so we won't call it nude rose gold. I'm just gonna put that right here on my waterline. Next would be the bottom lashes. And then sometimes I like going vertically. That really helps too. Not really get it all over the place. Really focus on the bottom of the lashes. And then while this is all drying up before we clean it up, I like putting on my lip product last, because that is just it's not the last step, but it's the last, like, it completes the painting. It completes the masterpiece. I love doing lip gloss for more everyday looks. There are times when I want to do the lipstick, but I'm going to use my Minted Cosmetics lip gloss in the shade Baby Brown. And this stuff is so smooth. It smells so good. Don't eat it. And the color, come on. So nice. And listen, there is no such thing as too much lip gloss. Okay? My lip gloss is popping. My lip gloss is cool. All the boys keep talking. When it's time for lunch, my lips still rock. The face is done. Everything is done. Now we got to set it and forget it. Okay? You gotta get your setting spray. I'm gonna be using the Beauty Bakery Spray Your Grace Baking Spray. Close your eyes. Set it. Now I like to pat it in. Just to make sure everything is lasting and making sure everything is what? Seamless and what? Flawless. And then forget it, because we are done. So this is the final look. I am in love. I feel radiant. I feel hydrated. And notice how the cheek area is nice and blended. We got the bronzer. We got the contour, the bronzer, the blush, the highlight, just nice and gradient effect going up there. That gloss is popping. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to go ahead and subscribe right over here. And check out some more videos I got for you guys. And I'll see you on my next video.